what's your sense of first overall as we're heading to Vegas?
According to this morning, the people that I was talking to said it was, and you've seen this reported out somewhere, but people inside the league really feel like this is it, that Doug's guy is Ekwonu and Trent's guy is Walker. And it sounded like Hutchinson was not in the mix for the number one pick, that it would be between those two guys. And, the people I were talking to saying just if that's what it really is, if that's the tie, you'd have to believe that the coach, that's not too far removed from a Super Bowl that you just brought in, would probably win that tie, which would be pretty incredible. I love Ekwonu. He's a really good player. I was confused by it because they tagged Cam Robinson,
and he signed it. He signed it. Like, by the way, I don't know. Did he pull a hamstring running to sign that thing and then scanning it? I mean, because
I think they want to get a long-term deal done with him too, which would mean you're drafting, your right tackle with the first overall pick. But Doug won a Super Bowl in Philly with the best offensive line in the NFL. Lane Johnson was the right tackle on that team, was the fourth overall pick. And they really supported their quarterback with a great offensive line. So if you're trying to help Trevor, you do that. The thing that I couldn't figure out is, and this is my homework for the day, but Walker Little, who they took in the second round, I know not all the same people there, but they took him in the second round last year. He started the last couple games. And, I didn't study those tapes, but I was told he played okay. And I thought, okay, well, they're fine. They're fine at tackle. The Ekwonu thing wouldn't make as much sense to me. So I'm going to go back and watch those games today, see what that looks like. And then, I get that would be Doug's perspective, having been on a Super Bowl winning team with a great offensive line. But Rich, I mean, if I told Brockman right now, gave him 5 seconds if he could tell me who the starting right tackles were for the Cincinnati Bengals and the LA Rams, I'm going to go out on a limb and say he couldn't pull it off.
Chris?
Nope.
Can confirm. Can confirm. That would be something else, Daniel, if they and also, but we left the combine saying Ekwonu could be the first overall selection, but Cam Robinson had not yet been franchise tagged and signed. And so that would
That's
be
what this draft is, though, Rich. Like you can say make a case for something, then I can turn around and make the case for the exact opposite.
Where does that leave Walker then and Hutchinson? Well, so where are you on the Walker over Hutchinson or Hutchinson over Walker conversation as we're going into this week?
I've stayed true on that. I've had Hutchinson as my number one player from start to finish. I just think he's the best football player in the draft. And the Walker thing is funny to me because I felt like I've gone from before the combine taking grief and lobbying for Walker to be up in the mix, as my 6th overall player. And people tell me I'm crazy. There's no way he goes in the top 10. To now it's even gone past where I had him, and he's in the mix to be the first overall pick. So it's been an interesting, journey for him. My defense of Hutchinson, and I tweet this out, is, he's got a low ceiling and he's limited. And I'm like, well, he had the exact same 10 time as Trayvon Walker. He had a better 3-cone time. His production, I know the usage and all that is not even close. Mm-hmm. And then if you say, well, and you can say how they used Walker was not the same as how they used Hutchinson, true. But there's a stat called win percentage where it just takes into account, do you beat the guy in front of you? That's it. You eliminate unblocked pressures. You eliminate all that stuff. It's just, did you beat the guy in front of you? And it's a great indicator stat. If you look in the NFL last year, Rich, the number one guy was Max Crosby. Number 2 was Myles Garrett.
There you have it.
The Bosa's are up there. It's a real stat. And Aiden Hutchinson is like 27%, which is the best in this class. And Trayvon Walker is at like 10%, which is by far the lowest of those top 5 guys.
I hear you, man. It's wild because I remember you turned to me in a commercial break saying how you had the Giants at 5 taking Trayvon Walker. This was at the Combine. And how Giants fans were giving you crap.
Crushed me.
And on Thursday night, if the Giants get Trayvon Walker at 5, they're all high-fiving like, unbelievable, what a steal. What a steal. Gettleman could never do that. That would actually be the conversation. You know what I'm saying?
That's the fun part of it, man. That's the fun part of it.
That's so funny. I love it.
It's going to be great. I'm for whatever we don't have with the marquee star quarterbacks, and as we've seen it before, there's been years where I've, got it completely wrong on that, as did the rest of the league. And these guys end up being great quarterbacks. So we don't even know how that's going to turn out yet with them. But, there's years where that's the hook, right? Well, we don't have that hook, but the hook is complete and utter uncertainty and chaos, which is going to be a lot of fun.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.